A frigid morning at the homestead. Despite the cold, work must begin to build a starter wood workbench. First, the task is to salvage some timber for the project. This wood has been lying around and it is now time to repurpose it. The fact that we are cutting the wood on this wall is enough evidence that a workbench is long overdue. Until we have implemented a certain solution we have in mind, we're going to use raised beds to grow certain plants and vegetables, particularly those with tubers such as potatoes and sweet potatoes. We have a lot of moles around the yard. They have a network of tunnels and will eat anything growing below ground. If we are to have tubers to ourselves only, we must grow them using this method, at least for now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. Is it aligned?
Huh?
They look aligned.
Yeah, it's only that one is lower.
Yeah, just line.
Yeah.
decent progress on the workbench project, something that I'd wanted to do for a while. Chilly day, but this has helped to keep warm. Nothing written, nothing sketched on paper, just off the cuff. I have on my head how it should come out. So yeah, fingers crossed that it should come out as I imagine it. Using recycled wood, some of it from the contraptions that the contractors had used whilst plastering. So I've just taken apart some of that to have enough wood for the bench. So yeah, decent progress. Let's see how it goes.
So it's round 2 of the skimming project in the pantry. We are going to put the second coat, hopefully complete it all today. And from last time's experience, instead of plastic, today we decided to wrap up the step ladder, the multi-purpose step ladder, so it doesn't get messed up with the plaster paste. We are also, in addition to the tools we're using last week, we've also added these to our to our tool chest. So we've got this lasher corner tool. It will help us to have nice sharp corners, the outside or exterior corners, if you want to call them, when we put the plaster. And then also we have this other one, which is a trowel corner, which is for the interior. The interior corners, so when we put our plaster, our skimming plaster, then we come and run it through so that we have nice sharp corners on the inside and on the outside. So yeah, we're ready to roll and hoping for the best. I'm done with the first side. It went better this time. There are no visible joints. So now the next stage is to smoothen with the rubber float to just try and make it look as even as possible. But yeah, it's working.
Finally, I think we've got a hang of it. This certainly qualifies to enter the category of divine enablement. After having called a couple of people, some builders, to find some direction on how to apply the final coat. Yeah, it's over the phone. I think you just need someone on the ground to give you practical demonstration. But looks like we have a hang of it, and yeah, it's exciting. Once again, after a few days of hanging our boots and contemplating, but we're on the road again. Yeah. Many.
This afternoon, we are out within the village. This homestead we're visiting does fish farming and banana farming. They currently have a stock of over 2,000 fish and nearly 4,000 banana plants. For privacy reasons, our filming of the homestead was limited to their self-sufficient whole grain production using traditional means. Here an employee is preparing injera, rio or finger millet.
Saka munotwa kusvika wadii? Munotwa kusvika wadii? Munoziva sei kuti zvaita?
Tiri kutwa tozozviurisa neruseve.
Okay. So we just dashed out to look for better network reception. We needed to make an important call, so that was successful. And on our way back, there was another homestead that had these veggies, and we just asked them if they sell, and they said, well, we don't usually sell, but it's money, so we can still use some. So I just asked them to pick $2 worth of veggies, and wow, this is something. I mean, like in the city, $2 worth of veggies is a fraction of this. So yes, ironic, you're buying veggies at a home when you're living at a homestead or when you're staying at a homestead. But we're still waiting on ours. We've just planted ours, and it will take time for it to grow. But anyway, pretty impressed. And so I will wash these and chop them up and then freeze. So there's a way of preserving the vegetables so that each time we now need to use, you just grab a pack and fry it up or whatever you want to do. Yeah.
This week, we start work on the outside water system. First, the plan is to bury this exposed PVC pipe and also to replace the poly pipe with a proper tap. Following the rains that fell recently, the ground is much easier to work with.
Okay, put it down. So this was mostly for poly.
Yeah,
Poly to PVC.
yeah, but we want a 20, because this is 25. We want a 25 to 20.
Adapter.
Yeah, which looks like that one here.
This is a 25. Yeah, this is the one.
25
25 to 20.
When doing clean water plumbing, we discover that the catch lies in the variety of accessories needed. These include elbows, valves, and couplings, among others. Once you decide on the size of your PVC pipe, be it 20 mm or 25 mm in diameter, you also need fittings of similar sizes, unless you're crossing over from a bigger pipe to a smaller pipe, or vice versa. Also of importance is to think about which points on the network require valves. Valves will enable us to control water flow during repairs or as and when this is required. To figure out what we needed, we first had to design the layout on paper. This was of great help even as we approached hardware stores to look for all the assortments.
Full of mud.
It's full of mud.
Yeah.
Maybe it will be flushed out when you open.
You want to open?
No. I mean, like when we finally open.
Maybe let's try and flush. What do you think?
Like an elbow.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Bring it. Should I open here?
Okay.
Yeah. Leaking there.
This side.
It's good light.
Yeah.
Next one.
No, but I don't think it's good. But it doesn't look like it's leaking here. Do you think that part was stabilized?
Okay, look at it. You see, this one I get that thing. It's a very tiny gap.
This is similar as the one you're gonna balance here.
Hmm.
Is it because they're using a pump? Then it comes out with pressure.
After our initial celebration, we noticed that the water pressure was much less than we had before the tap was installed. We soon discovered that there were some soil particles lodged in the tap itself, which affected water pressure.
Much better.
This sand is just under the sand. Still usable.
Why not?
I don't know my phone, my lamp.
Mission accomplished. It is time to close up everything. We now have our very first tap in the yard. Yeah, so the skimming work is now finally complete. It was quite an experience. In the second coat, Arthur got the hang of it, and it turned out pretty good. We were happy with the results. We're moving on to the next stage, which will be painting. After painting, we do the boards, and then the pantry is ready to roll. So yeah, exciting times. We'll see how far all this DIY will take us.
This is a forest trying to come back. So these are actually indigenous trees. So we decided to ring fence them and allow them to just come back to the landscape, and so that they will be part of the lawn that will eventually come here. That is actually in the process of coming here. So it was as easy as just ring fencing them, and then they just started flourishing.
Another week has gone by. They say time flies when you're having fun.
We're having fun with the pantry.
Yeah, the pantry. Yeah, we took on a challenge for the pantry, but we have completed the skimming.
Yeah, it was a very interesting part of the DIY. I think that the takeaway home concerning the pantry, now that we are done with the skimming, is that I think it's best done when you have somebody who's done it before, like a builder or someone, a carpenter who specializes in that.
Yeah.
Maybe a builder, a carpenter, depending on whether it's the boards or the walls. But in this case, I think it's the builders, to just take you through a session, right, to show you how it's done. And I think that maybe just a short practical session will change things. We looked at YouTube. We tried, what we've seen on YouTube. There were discrepancies in the sense that the products they were using is not Zim products, and it's a different approach, American approach, and kind of things like that. So, yeah, but all the same, we're happy to have conquered, in our own way, this task. But we are happy to move on.
Yeah. I think, as far as plumbing is concerned, we are now very comfortable.
Yeah, plumbing, yes, and yes.
Yeah, the outside tap just makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because we also have people who come to get water, mostly neighbors.
Yeah.
So having the tap, previously they would use a poly pipe that was connected to the tank. But now with the tap, it's so much easier. It's just open and close, and it's neater.
Yeah, and we are still to do some more plumbing, some more piping of the water in the yard. So that will be coming up. But we are very comfortable with plumbing now.
Yeah.
At least outside plumbing.
And then the weather this week was just roller coaster.
Yeah, it started off really, really, really nasty with some rain in there, very cold, which also affected our power generation. So we had to balance the power resources that we had. Yeah, but it was great to see the sun coming through and, just feeling a little bit warm again. Yeah.
Well, I'm a winter girl, so I was enjoying the cold. Because at least you can warm yourself up in winter. Not to say I don't like the sun. Of course, I appreciated the sun when it was coming out, but
Yeah, you've always been in love with winter, but well, I've adjusted to it, but it's not my favorite season. Yeah. So a bit of works on the workbench that I started on. It's still ongoing. Hopefully, I'll complete that because we need it for some upcoming projects.
Yeah.
So
overall, it's been a lovely week.
Yeah.
Ups and downs.
That's right.